Hello everyone, welcome to the second part of my long video series featuring myself trying to build the Millennium Falcon by Agostini. This is the second issue that I got, and we have the magazine here and of course the parts that came with it here. Again, we have a rather mixed bundle going on here with some hull, some frame and some interiors and some small screws and stuff. And most importantly, we also get the screwdriver here, which is magnetized, and I think I'm going to use that for the entire build. Alright guys, but let's start by looking a bit at the magazine. Again, I'm not going to stop and pause for each article or anything, but as usual we get these descriptions and fun facts, and we have some illustrations of the insides of the cockpit here, which is pretty cool. Also, you can use this as an inspiration if you're going to customize the paint scheme of it. More articles. And then we get the description of the parts that comes with this issue, where they fit on the Falcon. And then we have the assembling instructions. And as you can see, they actually seem to go ahead and start putting together the structure here. So I think I'm gonna do that in this video as well. And then we have even more. There's some fun facts or articles here. More assembling instructions. This is about the quad cannon laser turret. And yeah, so lots of instructions this time. Again, a teaser for issue 3 and issue 4. And that's about it. Now, the bits and pieces here, I'm just gonna take them out of this packaging and we'll just go over the contents, and then I'll try and see if I can get started assembling this thing. Okay guys, so I have everything on the table now, and the first piece I'm gonna talk about is the piece of the hull here. This is the section surrounding the gun turret, obviously. It's nicely painted, but as I already said earlier, I'm gonna repaint the whole thing, so it doesn't really matter how it looks right now. The only small adjustment that I'm gonna do to this piece is regarding the window frame here, because if you hold it like this and look at the stretchers here between the windows, you can actually see there's almost this vertical line going through here with these two stretchers, and these are actually incorrectly positioned. So what you have to do is take an X-Acto knife and run it on the inside here along the very edge and work at the glue until you are able to pop loose the window frame. And then what you're gonna do is to just twist it slightly a few degrees like so that we have an open area, these two open areas for example, going along the y-axis. So it's just a question of twisting it like this. Now on the inside, however, there is this small slot here. I don't know if you can tell, but you might have to actually remove that in order to reposition the window frame. It's there in order to guide this window frame originally into this position, but it's incorrect, so I'm gonna see if I can fix that. It seems to be a fairly easy fix, so I'm really not intimidated by it. Anyways, then we also get this screwdriver, which is really nice. I'm probably gonna use this for the entire build. Then we get two pieces more of the framework. We get this playing table that you probably already have noticed, which is the iconic piece that they play at in the movies. It comes with this sticker that just fits on top of it. Then you also get the command console for the cockpit, which also comes with a sticker, and it has holes in it, which means that later on there's going to be these small levers and stuff inserted into this control panel. And finally we have these small 3 bags here. This one contains some black screws that are very small, and these 2 bags here contain some connectors. Now the screws here are for the framework, and I know this because in the issue 2, there's actually a small panel describing all the different screws that comes with this model. And I'm gonna show you that in my next clip. And then we also have these connectors. There are 3 2-hole connectors, and then there are 3 4-hole connectors. And these are also used for the framework in order to actually assemble it and put all the various different pieces together. You're gonna get a lot of these pieces, I think, in the future, so be sure to keep track on them. Now, as I said, in the issue there's actually a small description of all the different screws that comes with this model. And I think I'm gonna show you that and just go over it because it's actually very helpful, and it really gives you an understanding of what you can expect from future issues when you're getting these small screws. Then you actually already know what they're supposed to be used for. So I'm gonna show you that, and after that I'm probably gonna show you how I go about assembling this piece, because the instructions actually tell you to start assembling something right away. It also suggests that you can wait, but for the sake of this video series, I think I'm just gonna see if I can assemble whatever the instructions are gonna tell me to along the way. So hang on and I'll show you the description of the screws and we'll take it from there. Alright guys, so here we have the panel containing the information regarding the color-coded screws, and I'm just gonna quickly read it out aloud. Your model is assembled with 6 types of screws, color-coded for easy identification. It is important to choose the right ones as they have different heads and thread patterns. And then they go ahead and list all the 6 different types of screws. The black button head screws fix frame sections together, so that's pretty obvious. Brass screws are used to assemble the cannons and radial frames. Then there are brass 3mm countersunk screws that are used to assemble the side frames. Then there are silver self-tapping screws hold the hull panels to the framework. And then we have brass 6mm self-tapping screws are used to assemble the main hold. And then we have the brass 4mm self-tapping screws that are used to assemble the corridors. So some of them are used for the interiors, some are used for the frame and all the outsides. So that's pretty cool that they add this little overview here so that you actually know what you're getting in the future and won't just be very confused each time you see a new type of screw being provided. Anyways guys, that was all about the screws. I think I'm just gonna see if I can go ahead now and start assembling some of the things that they are talking about in these instructions for issue 2. So hang on while I set it all up. Alright guys, so that goes for the assembly. It was pretty simple, I would say, but it was a bit difficult because of these small screws here were just kind of difficult sometimes to guide correctly into the holes. But it fits nice and snug now, I would say. I didn't tighten the screws until everything was put together, and then I went over and tightened it in between my video clips here. Now these frame pieces here are all named. They say TF01, TF02 and so forward. I think that means top frame. So this is part of the top of the Millennium Falcon. And they suggested that you could actually go ahead and attach, as you can see here, the actual hull to the frame, just to get a sense of how it would fit on. And it actually fits in with these two locks that go into these two holes in the framework, and it aligns perfectly and sits nice and snug onto the frame here. Now it does have two spare screws, as you can see here. I don't know if these are just spare screws or if these are gonna be used later on. I could imagine that they are gonna be used later. But for now, I'm just gonna store them safely somewhere so I don't somehow lose them. Now I also actually fitted on the sticker from my first issue. Pretty simple. I think it aligns quite well here. There's gonna be a doorway in this section here, so I think it's gonna look great. We also got some new stickers that I still need to apply. I'm gonna do that in between my videos, I think, so next time that you tune in, it's probably gonna be fitted on already. So yeah guys, that basically covers all of the assembly for this part, I think. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I hope it's useful for you. It's fun to actually having finally started putting this thing together. So thanks a lot for watching guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions or any comments or anything, and remember to like and subscribe and all that. Thanks a lot guys, see you in my next episode.